Hello everyone, welcome to Measure Up Angling. We're going striper fishing on the Connecticut River today, but poor conditions. Chocolate milk, dark water. We're just coming off a heavy flood. Water's just starting to come down. Water clarity's only a foot and a half. So we're gonna go out and show you how to catch Connecticut River stripers in the mud. Tough, it's a grind, but you can definitely catch them and it's a lot of fun. So come along, wish us luck. Let's go get at them. Go to get them today. Catching them in the mud. We had a good strong rain about 5 days ago. The river is on the drop right now. It's starting to clear, but it's still pretty chocolatey. So we're going to show you how to catch them when the visibility is terrible. The fish are here. It's not a lot of fish yet. It's still early. It's the end of April. But there are fish here. We're going to get them. Go get Dusty, get this show on the road.
I don't know how the hell I'm gonna get in.
Ready to get on the block, man.
This?
Pick you up and just roll. Woo! Nice.
Would high water actually push them back?
What do you mean?
High
Push-
muddy would push the stripers down.
Oh, from migrating? No.
They would just keep going.
Yeah, they'll continue migrating through muddy water. That doesn't matter to them.
Those are.
Well, you know, everything goes by food source too. These fish are opportunistic, so as they run up the coast, they basically run into groups of bait fish that are going up the rivers and spawning as well. So follow the food.
Yeah.
That's one of the problems with the Connecticut River right now is the blueback herring population is way down. So you don't have that food source driving those fish up here. It's one of the reasons why the run seems early, because the first fish coming up the coast run into the LY that are coming into the river and they follow them up.
Yeah.
But it used to be a constant flow of bait fish. The LY and then the bluebacks right behind them. So you just drew so many stripers. There was one year that the DEP estimated 1 million fish. 1 million stripers in the river.
Wow.
You know, the fishing's hard when you're fishing in the mud.
Oh, I just got bit.
You did get bit?
Yeah. I got bit. There he is.
You got him?
Oh,
drop him. We'll get in there and get him again.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, the fishing's hard when you're fishing in the mud, and we've only seen one other boat end of April. If the water conditions were different, there'd probably be a dozen boats out here. But there's something rewarding about catching them in the mud, and it's very capable. Done? Hey, there we go. Hold on, Dustin. It's fine. Yeah, that works.
They're so pretty. They're so pretty.
All right, let's Let's continue down. Because we can.
got bumped. I got bumped. He missed, and then I got bumped again, and he missed, and then dunk, and then I got him.
Well, we can, if we don't hit them down here, we can go back. But I want to try and find some bigger fish too, because that one was what, maybe 18?
Yeah.
12:30 already.
Probably got a good one.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. But you're right, I had to get right down there on the bottom.
You want the net?
No, I think we're good.
Gotta keep it.
No, I don't think so. A lot of small head shakes. Tagged it good though. It's heading out to the main river. Ah, he's probably just a hair bigger than yours.
You always let him do that. You let him take you out the river.
One thing that's really cool. Come on, fish.
It's like a
One thing
cat.
that's really cool is this time of year, because the water's cold, they may not make that blistering run, that really hard, fast run,
I got a leaf.
but they have duration. The water's cold, temperature's cold, a lot of oxygen, and they can go and go and go.
That's a good one. That's way bigger than mine.
That's a little bit. Like to think.
Tally is 1 to
1. Ah, yeah, baby.
How far out was he?
He was like right on the roll, right on the roller. Yeah.
That's a good.
When I say right on the roller, I mean we got dead water in front of us, current blowing through. Where it rolls in between, where the two meet, basically it's almost like an eddy. That's what I call the roller. That's usually the spot that these fish set in. They don't want to be in the fast current. They don't want to be in the dead water. They want to be where the food is. Off he goes. Whew.
Did he thunk it?
He thunked it.
But right on the
I
bottom.
felt the thunk. Oh, I had to be right on the bottom. I mean, all it was doing was just basically let the current pull it down. Right when I hit the lip, right when I hit the edge of the roller, that's when he whacked it.
I can tell I'm on the bottom because I'm bumping it.
Well, you don't necessarily want to bump it either because there's all kinds of debris floating down. A lot of dead leaves and stuff. That's another thing too, in the spring when you got a flood situation, the river is flushing itself out. So you get a lot of black leaves, a lot of matter on the bottom. If you're actually bumping the bottom, your bait could pick up that stuff or end up down in it where the fish can't see it. So when you're working the bottom, you pick up leaves pretty often if you're doing it right. Problem is you pick up a leaf, he's probably not going to bite it. But you want to be down there near the bottom because that's where the fish are.
So I have a question. Since the bait is running up.
What about what?
Since the bait is running this way, what is the natural presentation?
You know what? That's a good question. What is the best presentation since the bait fish are running upriver? They're migrating upriver. What is the best presentation? It's actually cross current. The situation there is any bait fish that's cutting across current has either been attacked by another predator or is wounded because it's not natural for them to go across current. That's why that's the best presentation. Not only that, he's seeing it broadside. If you're casting upriver, that's really a trout presentation or sometimes a bass presentation, but stripers, always cross current.
Answers my question.
You want to make that bait look as vulnerable as possible. Easy target. That's what they're after. One of the problems you run into, you get in a spot and you get bit and you catch that fish. A lot of times they're not in big groups, they're not in big schools. So you hook that fish and you start bringing them in and the others follow it. They don't think it's hooked, they think it's actually chasing a bait fish or doing something besides fighting you. So they follow out, breaks up the school. So even though you had location on those fish, catching that one fish could end up killing the spot because they all move with the one that you're reeling in. The deal there is if you get hit in a spot real quick and you catch one and it goes dead, just leave it and come back to it later because they'll regroup. Now, one thing I like to do when I'm presenting a soft plastic is throw a little twitch in. When the water's really muddy, I usually don't, because the deal there is when the fish picks up on the bait and he's ready to strike it, if you snap it, if you give it a quick snap to get that motion, it could potentially jump out of the view of the striper. Much better to just do a nice slow retrieve and let the paddle tail do the work, let the color do the work. There we go, fish on.
It's a better fish.
He's going under the boat. He's going under the boat. He's a big smart fish.
Get another barrel on him.
Yeah. Who needs the gym? It's a good workout for one arm anyway. Anybody with him? Yeah. I thought I saw a fish underneath him, Gus.
Why? Here, hold on.
Yeah, there's definitely a fish underneath him. Try one more time. Oh, that was perfect. It might not be there on one.
Is it bigger?
No, it's about the same size as the last one. Ah, yeah, baby.
I like how broken the stripes
Woo.
are. See how
Yeah,
broken
that's it. Huh?
see how broken his stripes are?
Yeah, you know, it's weird. I don't know why they get like that, but all right, buddy. Thanks for the hit. Whew. All right.
How far off the bank was it?
I was literally halfway to the boat.
On the bottom?
On the bottom. And that guy picked it up soft. It was like a bass picking up a craw imitation. Just a little. It wasn't that hard thunk. He just inhaled it.
Well,
Told you we'd get one here though.
we got
You know, Dusty's throwing the smaller imitation. What is that, 3.5?
yeah.
3.5 inch. I'm throwing a 5-inch. The deal with mud is give them as much of a target as you possibly can without deterring them from biting it. In other words, if you were throwing a 7-inch swim bait, it's probably too big for most of these fish. But 5-inch, 18-incher will take this. The big deal there is give them as much color, as much of a target as possible in this mud. That's the reason why I'm throwing the bigger bait. Not that you can't catch keeper stripers on a 3.5-inch bait, but like I say, in the mud, I just like throwing a bigger bait.
An elephant eats a peanut?
Yeah, elephant eats a peanut.
That big one that I had on the Hoosie, he ate it like that. Except I could go in there and...
Right, but that's the amazing thing. Like I said, an elephant eats a peanut. You get a 3-foot striper eating a 3.5-inch swim bait. You know, it all depends on the food source too. You're matching the hatch. If they're on spot tail shiners, they're only 3-4 inches long. I mean, striped bass tend to be much more opportunistic. So something bigger goes by their nose, they're more than willing to whack it. But if they're on a small bite and that small lure goes by, they're eating it. Well, I'll tell you what, when it comes right down to it, if you look at color selection, when it comes to chartreuse, pink, white, there is nothing like a bright chartreuse to cut through the mud. They can see that much further than a pink or a white.
Yeah, but like I said earlier, they throw it in the clear water on the ocean and get them to eat that freaking thing. Maybe it's because they can see it for a long ways and they're like,
Yeah.
what the hell is that?
Ocean's a different environment though. This place, once the water starts to clear, the bright colors don't work anymore.
Yeah, they want something more natural.
Yeah, they want it more natural. You know, a popular presentation for river stripers is a Alabama rig or umbrella rig. And yeah, you know, you can set that thing up and throw a ton of color at those fish and maybe even up your chances for bites. But me personally, when you're fighting that fish, you're also fighting that umbrella rig. I like a clean fight, so a single hook is the way to go for me. But you want to throw a ton of color at these fish. You're putting 5-6 jigs on one umbrella rig with a lot of color. You can definitely show through the mud and get those fish to bite. It's all preference when it comes right down to it. Personally, they wear my arm out too. Also, if you hang one up in the wood, wow, that's an expensive snap off. But yeah, stripers are very susceptible to that school of bait fish presentation. Just for me personally, like I say, I like a clean fight. One hook. You're not fighting all that hardware. Fish isn't fighting all that hardware. It's even rougher when you get 2 fish on at the same time. They're fighting each other more than fighting you. The other thing too is those hooks swinging after you hook into a striper. A lot of times they're sticking that fish in other spots too, and that's just very rough on the fish. So I guess you weigh the pros and cons. How bad do you want to get hooked up?
Yeah, me tying it up. That's what's gonna help it. Yeah, baby. A dink. An absolute dink.
Wow,
Ladies and gentlemen.
that's the smallest one I've seen yet.
We catch dinks out here.
I think you'd have a tough time eating this.
But I tied it up. Muddy water score is 2-2.
Now this is all sand down here. You should be able to let it just go right down to the bottom. I don't know how much debris and leaves and stuff will be down here, but oh, we're only in a foot of water right here. Yeah, the clarity sucks. You can't see down a foot. It drops off on that side, drops off on this side. This is the sandbar behind the island. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh, hey, this one might be a little bigger.
Sit down. Need the net?
I don't know. Yeah, this one might be a little bigger.
Sturgeon.
Sturgeon. Catching sturgeon. It's a good size one.
You let me know.
No, I'm good, Dust. I'm good. Keep fishing.
Keep up. Keep up. Keep up. Keep up. Is he on the bottom?
He's just digging.
No, I'm saying.
He's trying to get to the bottom. Oh, was he on the bottom? Yes.
Yeah, that might be a keeper.
He's got a lot of fight. Oh, he's off.
Was he a keeper?
He was close. Ah, that's rough. Man, biggest one on and end up tearing off. Ah, well, that was cool anyway. That was fun. Good fish. I got to glimpse him a couple of times. He was close. He was close. He might have gone 28. Definitely bigger than all the other ones. Ah. Let me check that hook. You know, you look at that hook. Oh, yeah, that's mean. Nothing wrong with that. I don't understand why he came off, but he did.
Did he thunk it too?
Nah, he didn't really rail it. I mean, he got it good. I definitely felt the strike, but it wasn't that, you know, defined thunk. That's the kind of stuff that makes you want to stay out here all day.
Yeah. Would agree.
Yeah, fishing in the mud is tough, but it's rewarding. You know, that's one thing that you tend to see when you're fishing a muddy condition. You know, that fish pulling off, you can sit back and think, well, how the hell did that happen? Why did I lose him? Hook's good and sharp, everything was right. We got to remember that these fish can't really see the bait that well, so they don't strike it as good as they would normally. Here we go. I'm on it. Oh, I lost that one too. Oh, that's horrible.
You gotta get that thing off.
That's horrible. That was another big fish. I think we found him down here in the soft water. They don't want to be up there in that fast current. That's the other thing with mud. They don't really want to work against a hard current. Just glancing past their nose. Slow retrieve, slow roll. Staying down deep.
Hook them up and let them come off.
Yeah, hook them up and let them come off. Thank you very much. That's nice. Tell me if it's a good one. I'll take this off the rail.
It's a decent one. It's not a great one.
Fish on, fish on. Staying down. Staying down. Coming around.
Whatever he wants to do.
You having fun?
I am having fun.
Having fun in the mud?
In the mud.
You know, you can't catch them on your couch, right?
He ate that. He ate it.
Gobbled it, huh?
It is gone. It is gone. Holy cow.
Oh, I was really hoping you had a bigger one, but you know what? That's a nice one. There's nothing wrong with that.
Come here. That's fun.
It is. It's absolutely fun.
He ate it. It is gone, guys. Gone.
Well, he found his target.
I hate grabbing them like that. All right. That is how you want him to eat it.
Hold on. Yeah, oh, wow, holy cow, he's got it. Yep. But it's not down in the throat. You should be able to pluck it out of there. Here, I'll hold the line straight. You push your finger down. Oh, there you go. See? Nice and easy.
Not a giant, but definitely fun. He ate that.
Look, we'll take whatever we can get in the mud.
Hi, buddy.
Nice release. All right, let's get another one. All right, let's run back up. Now, even though the water's muddy, if you watch the popper video that I did, I made the comment about running. You don't want to run over the top of the fish. I am actually going to run the shoreline, zip back to the island, so I'm not putting any motor noise over the top of the fish that we're after. The water's much higher. They're not as motor shy when the water's deeper, but I still don't want to cut into any of our fishing time. I don't want to put these fish off at all, so I don't want to run over the top of them. You know, once you hook a couple or even get a bite, it starts building your confidence. If you're confident, you tend to concentrate more on your presentation, which increases your shot at getting bit. There's not very many anglers who like fishing in a muddy condition. It brings down their confidence. I mean, other than maybe catfish. Catfish bite good in the mud. But you get your presentation down, you spend the time, it can be really rewarding. And who knows, maybe you catch the fish of a lifetime. Okay, that's it for today. We only had a few hours to fish, but it was so good we were talking about maybe staying out here, taking off work, and just staying after them. A couple of big fish caught, a couple of big fish on. Yeah, it's tough fishing in the mud, but it's rewarding, and these fish can be caught. You just have to take your time, pick through, fish slow, fish accurately, and you can catch them. It's definitely worthwhile. I mean, if your lawn is mowed and all your chores are taken care of, come out and fish in the mud. It's definitely worth it. You will catch. It's not like catching them in the clear water, but it's capable, and it can be a lot of fun, especially once you get on them and you find them. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got something out of it. Get out there and give it a try, fishing in the mud. I hope you're as successful as we were. And please subscribe.